Can you shed some light on the whole Goostine thing?
Oh, goo. So, goo, where does that come from? It came from college, actually. There was a goo-ah spectrum. So, like, goos are over here, ahs are here. So, like, someone who's really uptight, you could be, like, very, oh. But, like, if you're quirky, you're like, goo.
Let me see your best goo face.
Gay.
Today is
August 25th, 2018. It's Steve and Michael's wedding, so that's all I know.
Steve and Michael are getting married.
Steve and Michael are getting married. Michael and Steve are getting married and living together forever.
It's my wedding day, oh my God.
Well, we're about to get married. Married.
It's our wedding day.
We are in the Hotel Chicago
in River North, getting ready, nice and pampered.
In these robes. Ah, so luxurious. And then they can roll. We're gonna break this bed. Oh my God. Ah! Oh my God, you ripped my robe. The hotel's gonna charge us now.
They met online and they went to coffee after a few months of Michael giving up on online dating.
And we had been messaging on OkCupid for a little while. Steve, I think his last message was like, want to get coffee, and I disappeared for 2 months. But then I came back, I asked if he still wanted to get coffee, and luckily he said yes.
And here we are today, 4.5 years later.
All right, what's your favorite thing about Steve?
Gooiness.
Steve is so much fun. I think that's my favorite thing about him.
Steve is so fun and wacky, and you're always gonna have a good time with him.
Steve is always keeping things interesting. He's a fun guy, he's very social.
He's so passionate, caring, he's quirky, he's himself, he knows exactly who he is, and he owns it.
Hi.
My favorite thing about Steve is how genuinely just quirky and interesting he is, and just warm. He's just the greatest person.
Michael is very kind-hearted. He is so welcoming.
He's very nice. I always enjoy talking to him. He's very laid back.
Doesn't snitch. He's always got my back.
He is genuinely so nice and so caring.
Michael is warm and genuine, has the best laugh, and he just has like the biggest heart.
Mike, he wants everyone to feel at home. He's caring, he's very loving. He deals with my brother's ridiculousness. He's very lucky to have Michael as a soon-to-be brother.
Well, actually, I was gonna propose, but then
It was a stressful time when he was like,
fostering.
oh, we're gonna go and do all this stuff. And I was like, oh, not right now.
So I was like, okay, fine. So we waited, and we were in Toronto, and we were at dinner, and we just talked about it.
His sister's getting married. We wanted to get married in like the next year. And it was like, well, now would be the best time. But then I got to do my own little proposal. And,
In Millennium Park.
and I gave him a little wallet with his initials and a little business card that said, you were my, I don't know what I forgot.
It had a sloth on it.
Yeah, a little business card that said, we're together, essentially.
We're gonna hop on the bus, getting out of downtown, and we're going to Ravenswood.
Going to Architectural Artifacts.
Shavua Tov, friends, family, Mazel Tov. We waited until Shabbat is basically over to do the official joining of souls, which Stephen and Michael are entering into. And the first official step in that process is signing a ketubah. The ketubah is like the building blocks of our marriage. And you have all now become witnesses to their stating of these intentions. friends, it is a Jewish spiritual obligation to make some noise and to sing and celebrate as the grooms are walking down the aisle. We are here under this chuppah to join your lives together in marriage. In the beginning, God created the universe. God creates vegetation, animals, and the first human being. And the first human being is not just tov, but tov ma'od, really good. And the first thing that was lo tov, that means not good. It wasn't good that that guy should be all alone. And so, on that day, the Torah says, God created OkCupid, which would forevermore be a way for people to find their mates and then connecting deeply, realizing in someone whose picture they saw, a paragraph of whose writing they thought was nice, realize to become your partner. You want to just take a second?
Harei ata mekudash li b'taba'at zo kedat Moshe v'Yisrael.
With this ring, I set you apart from all other human beings as my husband, according to the laws of Moses and the Jewish people.
It's been said that the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. And as the two of you stand here, sanctioned in love by the Jewish tradition and by the state of Illinois, I just want to celebrate that the moral arc of the universe is bending. And that's a pretty extraordinary thing.
One, two, three.
It's gonna be a lot of friends, a lot of family. We got 250 people.
Yeah, 250, a big crowd.
We've got drag queens coming. We're gonna have friends and family, and I'm gonna be overwhelmed with love.
It's going to be the party of the year.
Going out, all out on the hora tonight. Steve is going 10 feet up. Michael's going to be on his lap. It's going to be fantastic.
It is now time for us all to stand up and give a warm welcome to Michael and Steve.
To all of our guests who are here this evening, it really does mean the world to us that you chose to spend your weekend.
We feel so lucky to have such a loving and supportive community surrounding us. We don't take this night lightly. If it wasn't for people like you striving to make a world where every human has the same rights and dignities as everyone else, we would not be here tonight. Steve and I know we are stepping into this marriage on an extremely strong foundation that you all have built for us.
We also know that our lives are filled with joy, wonderful experiences, and lifelong relationships, so we owe it all to you. So thank you, enjoy yourself tonight, and for inside jokes, of course I want you to dance Demita all night long and fun. Thank you.
As Steve's twin brother, I can definitely say that I've known him the longest out of everyone. Steve is always there for me. He's a great listener and will always let me know his opinion, even when it isn't requested.
Steve discovered who he was in many different ways. He found his voice. He chose his philosophy of life. He chose his career path, and he chose his husband.
I'm so lucky to have Steve as my big brother. Steve, it's been great growing up by your side, and I appreciate you always being there for me. I admire your generosity, compassion, and dedication to the community and those you surround yourself by. If our mom were here today, I know she would be so proud of you, and she would have also loved Michael.
Before I even met Steve, but was just hearing the entertaining stories from Stuart, I felt an immediate attachment to Steve. And I sensed this active, energized, left-leaning, liberal spirit. And I was hopeful.
4.5 years ago, Steve and Michael found each other. They're so right for each other, and Michael is such a kind, intelligent, honorable, and even-keeled person. And I've never known Steve to be so happy as he's been with you, Michael. You've been a wonderful, wonderful addition to his life and to our lives.
I didn't think I'd ever meet someone with as many friends as Steve until I met Michael. The two of them are a social powerhouse, and they are always opening their home to others. Michael is caring, generous, funny. He has a huge heart and also has the best laugh.
I realize Michael's not an easy person to just explain. He's quite a complex character, but he's also really easy to just go with the flow. He always had my back after I throw a party at our parents' house. He's also the most accepting and inclusive person you'll ever meet.
When Michael came into Steve's life, I knew he was the one for my brother. Steve spoke about Michael in ways I hadn't heard him talk about anyone before. He's caring and also super supportive of Steve, even when Steve can be a little wacky. And Michael, I'd like to officially welcome you to our family, although it feels like you've been a part of it for years already. I could not be happier for both of you. Congratulations and cheers to my two brothers.
Michael, I'd like to officially welcome you into our family. It's clear how happy you make my brother, and we love having you around. Steve and Michael, I can't wait to see what adventures life will take you on, and wish you a lifetime filled with love, happiness, and good health.
We are just so proud of Steve and Michael in creating this special, special bond. We are so proud of both of you.
You guys have the kindest hearts any of us could ever know. Cheers to the two of you, and in the famous words of Steve, let's all give them a big, ooh, yaseh shalom. Cheers.
Just for us to be here tonight, able to celebrate their love and their marriage. Well, this is how Nachas is defined. It's Yiddish for the joy and pride that comes primarily from your children. And our wish tonight is they too have Nachas.
My Michael, you are everything I could want in a husband. You are kind, thoughtful, you are super handsome. You are an old soul without the dad jokes. And I also know that my mom would have approved of you from day one.
Steve, what is there to say about you? Your quirky and much of the time outlandish personality normally would make me turn around and walk the other way. But somehow you are able to hold on to this personality while also making it warm and inviting and put just about everyone you meet at ease. It is your ability to embrace everyone and fully embrace your true Steve self that makes me want to spend every day with you.
I don't know how this world came to be or why we are here, but while we have the privilege of living, I want to spend my life with you. And when the world feels bleak, I know that we'll continue to find joy in each other, sloth videos, and Bob's Burgers. I promise to give you back scratches, fold your laundry, and make you giggle. And most of all, I promise to be your partner in crime for the rest of our days.
I'm up here today with you because I have come to realize that my life is at its best with you, and you bring something that no one else can. I found someone to push and challenge me in the ways that matter most. I love you to no end, despite you actively trying to push my buttons. And I am so excited to call you my husband.